And I feel like I didn't like that. I wish they would have like grew more of those subplots at each point. But in this movie, they didn't do that. It followed the same storyline.
Yeah.
And I wonder if All Eyes, had they just picked one of those storylines and followed that storyline, it would have been as boring as this movie. You know, like seriously, like if that's the way they would have approached it, they would have, you know, and it would have just ended up being the same pie. So it might have been a good thing that they did it the way they did it in All Eyes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Can I shit on it some more?
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm gonna say nice things, but if you want to,
let me shit on it, friend.
Okay.
That fucking Kate character, I think she reminded me too much of people I've met in my real life that are just like those women who are just like self-absorbed. Just like her character was just so unlikable that it was just like frustrating to watch that,
but also believable.
But also it was very believable. You know, there are people out there like that.
I mean, that's part of the reason her character is frustrating, because you recognize it.
Yes. Yeah. But then I think combined, like the fact that her character's just a terrible human being, combining that with the way it kind of dragged and the very little payoff, it was just like, okay, I just sat here with this unlikable character. I mean, she dies, but it's not, you know, there's no, you know, usually when a character that sucks dies, you're like, yeah.
And when they finally revealed she was dead,
yeah,
I didn't even care.
Yeah,
I was like, whatever. She's dead now.
I
mean,
I agree.
Like, it was weird.
The homeowners. So the homeowners are Dennis and Rita, and I thought they had really good. You know, they played off of each other really well.
Yeah.
Then there's Kate. I don't know what the other guy's name is.
I don't really know that they ever said his name.
Okay. Well, so there's Kate and the other guy.
The axe guy,
the axe guy. And, like, I didn't enjoy watching them play off each other. Like, even, I didn't like him. I didn't like her.
Right.
I didn't like them together. And I could have liked the idea that, ooh, he's secretly trying to kill her. Like, how is he going to pull this off? No, like, that was barely even a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think we even.
So like, I don't really know what the reason for it was. Because there's like the 30-year-old grandmother being like, "Oh, the family I care about is dead. All that's left is Kate. She sucks.
Yeah,
so kill her.
Yeah, but why did she want her killed? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we weren't paying enough attention at that part, but I don't know why. I don't get it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like, you know, they didn't really put enough time into the parts of the plot that really would have been nice to know. Those are the things that like drive the plot. Like,
but I think they were doing that. I think that's this writer's style, because they did that in All Eyes too. Everything was a loose end, and in this movie, everything was a loose end. You know, and when you do that and there's nothing enjoyable in the movie, it just kind of drags along and then ends. It doesn't make a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have probably with him, like we could have known he was going to be there. He was there to kill her.
And you eventually do know that.
You do.
I mean, kind of. Like, I wasn't really sure.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you would have known that, like, some of his behaviors and stuff, like, why... Like, I was questioning the whole time, like, why doesn't... Like, what the fuck is this guy doing with this chick? Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you just leave or whatever, you know? So I think part of that added a little to my frustration watching the movie, is because it wasn't very believable that these two people are, you know, going to this house alone together. Mm-hmm. I assumed they met on like a Tinder type thing or something like that. And it's like, if I would have known that he was there to kill her, and that's what the little thing was, whatever. And I think they kind of do explain it at the beginning when he's filming that old lady or whatever, but for some reason it just didn't click with me.
I will agree with you.
They didn't spend enough time with it to like if they would have just added like the reasons why they want that this grandmother wanted her dead, then I think it would have cemented it into my head a little bit better, and I would be a little more forgiving of some of the
And I think it's funny that you said, so you assumed that they had met on Tinder or something. And for most of the movie, I thought that same thing. But then I swear to God, when he was talking to the grandma, the grandma had said, "Oh, she really likes you," to suggest that they had been together for a long time. But then when they first meet up and they're going to this house, I didn't get that feeling at all. Mm-hmm. So it was just all confusing.
For a little while, I thought that the dude was dating the grandmother. Like, I thought maybe they were lovers and then he was going there to kill her.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. I
don't know if you're being serious.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay.
I was that lost in this movie, a lot of it. Like,
no, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they met online. Maybe it was even a setup of the meeting online. Maybe the grandmother's like, "Hey, can you like seduce her or something?"
Sure.
Because during the grandmother part, they had the killer and the crazy woman. They had known each other for 6 months, mm-hmm. but they clearly never met in person until she got off the plane.
Okay. So that's how you took it.
So I took it that they met online, maybe through Tinder, maybe through whatever. So
mm-hmm.
they had
and they'd been talking for a long time.
Months,
okay, that makes sense.
But they not met in person.
So basically what we're supposed to believe here is that this guy was talking to this girl for 6 months while also being in communication with the grandmother. Mm-hmm. And then like his job is actually like, he's like a hitman or something.
Perhaps
he doesn't come across like the type of, like at all. And then the other question that keeps popping
how he met the grandmother is not clear to me.
Yeah. And well, one of the other things is, do you remember when he's talking to the couple that come in and he's got the axe and he's saying that don't go up there, Kate'll kill you all and all this stuff. What made him think that? Because all that Kate ever did to him was knock him out with a wine bottle. And the only reason that she tried to kill him was because he was there to kill her. And she was like, well, let's die together.
You're right. So, and then there was another point where they said something along the lines of your house made her this way.
Yeah.
And that's never really explained. Yeah. Because by the time you come back around to Kate, she's dead.
But he really made it seem to that couple like she's this complete psychopath that's just wanting to murder everybody around her.
And maybe whereas he's crazy, even though he wasn't crazy through most of it. But apparently at that point, it probably all makes sense if you watch it a second time.
Maybe. I don't think I'm going to do that.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it either, but I feel like it would come together a little better if you knew stuff in advance. But
we haven't addressed the biggest question I have in this movie yet, too.
Okay, what's that?
So the guy that was in All Eyes, that Jason and Dennis over here hated, was also in this movie.
Yeah.
Did you hate him just as much in this movie?
No.
No, so a lot of it was his character.
He did. So, well, I don't know. He just didn't bother me in this one. I think it was his character.
Yeah. He didn't bother me. I was a little thrown off because this is really nitpicky. I thought like his line delivery was weird.
It was
like it didn't sound natural when he talked, but he wasn't douchey like he was in the other movie. So. I guess I would say I liked this character better, even though the movie is not great. But also that could mean that he was that good in All Eyes at acting as douchey.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just really good.
Mm-hmm.
Now the other thing I want to present to you both: do you think, to the right person? Because I think a lot of what makes this movie not good to us is the writing style. The way the guy writes the script, it's just very open-ended and just, do you think...
I'm going to say nice things about the writing style.
And I actually would too. Like, I think that the writing style, he's very talented, but I think it's a very, probably niche type style of writing that maybe a lot of people don't appeal to, and maybe that's a lot of the reason why we're not saying this is a very good movie. Would you agree? Because, it sounds like you think he's a really talented writer, right?
I do think so.
Yeah, yes. Because I took that, I think there's a lot of talent there. This movie just fell flat on its face.
I think it did. I think it did not come together the way it should have. Whether that was because of the writing or whatever, it didn't come together the right way. But I could still pick up on hints of things I thought were really clever.
And what do you think, Jason? Or do you think this was just all around bad?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at the movie, if I had just seen this movie on its own, I would not be praising his writing. but all eyes.